After the ball is over, after the skein is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 570. Today is Tuesday, September 12th, 2023 as we are recording. I have Wednesday written down because I didn't know what day we were doing it. Anyway, I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
I'm Tali, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
I want to welcome you to the fun in the Woman Cave. If you are new, as always, we are glad that you are here, that you found us. We hope that you see something you like and that you will return to join us again. And if you are returning, we always love to have you guys back. If you are new or returning, but you would like to be more active or you would like to be official, in quotes, air quotes, you just tap the little subscribe button on your right. So I guess the opposite of where I'm pointing with my right. On your right, as you look at the screen, you press the little subscribe button and there's a little bell that you can tap and it tells you how you can get the notifications. I think it's no notifications, it's some notifications and all notifications or something like that.
What you're seeing in the screen, Mom, in the big screen, that's the way they see it. The small screen, I think that's the way it is.
I don't know.
I think that's the way it is. I think the way you're looking at it now is how they see it.
Yeah. So anyway, it's on that side of the screen. You'll see it. It's a little red button that says subscribe, and then there's the bell. And if you would like to take part in the alongs that we have ongoing all year, you guys you have the potential to win prizes and chat and that kind of thing. And the chat has heated up a little bit in the past couple of weeks or so. It ebbs and flows, but we have a great group there. Then all you have to do is go to the link it's in the description box in the video, and it's phnpodcast.freeforums.net, and it's right there at the bottom there, and you just click that, and it'll take you to the page, and all you have to do, or the site, and all you have to do is do what it tells you to do, and ask to be admitted, and we will let you in. Okay? We just want to make sure you're not a robot or something. Okay? All right. Let's see here. How many do you have?
I have, oops, I didn't want to pearl there. I have 5.
Okay, I have 3. I don't know what happened to my spork. So
do you want to stir with my spork?
No, I got my spork right here. Okay.
It's not in the thing still? Check maybe someone put it in the drawer.
I checked, but I may not have seen it.
I wonder if it got put among the spoons.
I might have. I looked, but I didn't see it. Maybe it even got in the forks. I don't know. But
yeah. I'll have to try to help you look for your spork. I can't imagine they threw it away.
I hope not. Okay, so it's your turn to go.
Did you go through all the business?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, well, I guess, I don't do the
And we didn't do tea.
That's what I said. You have to do the tea, and then I have to do the longs.
Okay, I felt like we were missing something. So, in my Jane Austen mug, now I did use a different mug, like, in the morning the past couple days because I made Mexican hot chocolate. So, like, today I had, my Poirot mug had my Mexican hot chocolate in it. I found out that it's sweet enough that I can only really have 8 ounces at a time because it's quite sweet. Not that I add any sugar, it's just those chocolate tablets, those Mexican chocolate tablets. But we have vanilla almond milk, so I think that makes it even sweeter. Plus, you add the normal vanilla extract, which really brings out the chocolate more. And then cinnamon. It's really a simple recipe. But regardless, so I used a different mug for that, but I've been using still for my tea my Jane Austen mug, and I've got Earl of Grey in here.
Okay, and in my Adagio Owl and Other Forest Creatures double-walled mug, I have chocolate. I always forget the name of this. It's the little gray cells. That's what I call it. It's the little gray cells.
Chocolate mocha for the little gray cells.
I think that's what it's called. Chocolate mocha for the little gray cells.
Or chocolate mocha what? Frizillo gray socks?
I don't think it has the mott in
Okay.
it. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's that one. And I need the caffeine today because I'm kind of tired. And it tastes so much better than when I had it with the Amish cinnamon bread. On its own, the Amish cinnamon bread is amazing. And this on its own is amazing. Together, I don't know what it is they do. They just don't work well together.
I think unless you like coffee,
Yeah.
which you do not.
I think the Amish bread, because it's so sweet, it overwhelmed.
Well, it's like having a coffee cake or something.
So anyway, that's that. And now we have the alongs that are still going on. We are almost through the third quarter of our movie along. Okay, so that means at the end of September, we end our third quarter. We'll pull for prizes for that. And this is a movie-themed along. And
But it has to be things that actually did come out in the movie theater.
yeah, it can't be something that was, YouTube thing that got picked up or Netflix, or it has to come out in a real, true movie theater.
Yeah.
And by movie theater, we also mean a drive-in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cinema experience.
Cinema experience, and we're not just talking about the movies. I mean, we're talking about tickets and popcorn and 3D glasses, whatever it is that you
can do some pretty cool journaling stuff with that kind of thing.
yeah. So it's movie themed. The projects must be knit, loom knit, or crocheted, woven or paper crafts such as journaling, origami, card making, or drawing. Some of the drawings you could do would be really great too. I'm not going to go through all these because you guys know it, and it's all in the thread. If you're new and you've become part of our PHN group, it's in the thread for the appropriate along. Okay. The hashtag is hashtag PHN Movie Night 2023 on Instagram. Okay. And so that takes care of this. Basically, the featured patterns, featured yarns, I'll mention it once unless it changes. Anything Lady Fernicle Creations, which is my things. Anything that's Talia's is Franciscan Gypsy Designs. And anything that's Laura Concerts, which is Lollipop Girl Creations. It's the overreaching, but she has patterns I think are Lollipop Girl Designs.
I think it's just a Lollipop Girl yarns and Lollipop Girl Creations. I don't think she's ever had Lollipop Girl Designs.
Yeah, anyway, it's all of Laura's stuff, okay? That's the core things that are always featured. And if you have an FO that uses a featured yarn or a featured pattern, it's 2 chances at a prize. If you have a featured yarn and a featured pattern in the finished object only, then it's 3 chances at a prize. And you are responsible for your own multiple postings, only for the finished object.
Not that we'll do it for you if it's not the finished object. It just means you don't get multiple posting for the non-finished object.
Yes, we grew too big for us to do that. For a while we would do that, but not anymore.
Back in the olden days.
Back when we were still in Ravelry.
Back when we were early Ravelry.
Yeah. So I was going to say something else about that, and I don't remember what it was. The featured yarns and patterns still have to be within the theme of the along. Okay, whatever along it happens to be. So this one is the PHN Movie Night. This other one is the Arthritis Cardiac Dysautonomia MAL, which is make along. We decided that was easier with all the stuff we're doing now.
Yeah.
And the hashtag for this is PHNACD 2023 on Instagram. And this, the thing that's different about this is the colors of the yarns. Shades of red, shades of pink, shades of blue, shades of teal, and shades of purple are
that's the only theme.
Okay, that's the only thing you have to be worried about. We're just kind of thinking about cardiac awareness, dysautonomia awareness, arthritis awareness, and things like that. Okay? And if you want to give to some organizations, if you want to give a project that you make, you find someone that takes that kind of stuff that deals with this, that's great too. Whatever you want.
Yeah, I don't think that Dysautonomia Project or Dysautonomia International is anything. But say if you decide that you want to support the American Heart Association by picking up knit red or crochet red or sew red.
And I showed that book a few podcasts earlier.
I did see my knit red downstairs the other day.
And I've got crochet red up here. So
neither of us have sew red.
No, we don't sew. But anyway, so those, you can do creative ways if you want to do. If you do something like that, let us know. I mean, it won't count for any extra, but we'd like to know what you're doing in case maybe we want to pick something up like that. Okay. So that's...
and maybe in the future we can talk about whether or not, if someone can prove that it comes from crochet red or knit red.
All we have to do is look at the pattern.
That's true.
I mean,
because that to me is really something that, okay, you're even supporting you're even going a step beyond.
Yeah, that might
just
be,
thinking
that might be one of those things in future.
Yeah.
It's too far along now. We're almost done.
Yeah.
Where, okay, you've got the finished object with a yarn by itself or a pattern by itself, 2 chances of prize. With the yarn and the pattern together for the finished object, 3 chances of prize. The yarn, the pattern, and a pattern out. Well, no, I guess.
Yeah, maybe there's an extra point for the pattern from the
there might be an extra, a 4th chance or 3rd chance, 4th.
Yeah,
chance.
because it seems like if you're making an effort to give your money to the American Heart Association by picking up and their patterns, or by using the pattern, and that might cause someone else to pick up the book.
Yeah, because we can't expect them to buy the book every time.
No, but it could encourage someone else to pick up the book. They might find themselves also looking at the heart healthy recipes that are in there.
So that's something we'll consider for next time
Yeah.
we do the cardiac along, the cardiac dysautonomia. And,
I should look
arthritis.
at next time, maybe doing one of the patterns from there.
Yeah,
Not that I've been really good about doing our things anyway.
I found a couple patterns in the crochet red that I thought would be good.
I can't remember what I did with the bunny I made last time. I was thinking about him the other day. I had to find what I did with him.
The one you made for the last podcast?
Yeah, I just don't know what I did with him.
I don't know.
I must take him back to my room. I just don't remember where I put him. I'll have to check.
The last along we're doing at the moment is the Tortoise versus Hare 2023. And that's Laura Concert's baby, and all the rules are in our thread. All the rules are in her Ravelry thread, I think. I don't know about the other places. I don't know if her Facebook and stuff are still active. You can ask her either on Instagram or in her Ravelry group or whatever it is that she says that you can contact her. But this is anything that's tortoise and or hare, tortoise versus hare, tortoise alone, hare versus alone. It doesn't have to be animals, stuffed animals. It could be whatever is related to that. Yarn names, project names, pattern names, whatever it is.
And she's always been the one to track.
She always does the tracking because it's her baby.
Yeah.
And she has opened it wide up. So it's not just crochet, knit, drawing, loom knitting.
Sorry, guys.
Or paper crafts. You can do anything that's related to the theme of tortoise versus hare, okay? And let's see, the same featured yarns and patterns apply. It's hashtag tortoise versus hare 2023 on Instagram, okay? And that takes care of that. Now, we're only 2 weeks out, so I will give you a heads up. The next upcoming along that we are after this, the tortoise versus hare and the cardiac dysautonomia arthritis goes away. Upcoming is the toy along. Okay, this is one of my favorites, and I know that a couple people really like this one. It is coming up in October. It starts October, so October 1st. So you might want to be looking for those toy patterns. This is we purposely did it at this time of year because we thought it'd go right into Christmas with for toys for children or for
And
for yourself.
this was our first along.
Yeah, this one and then
Autism awareness is after that. Initially, autism awareness, was it always at the same time? I want to say it was a slightly different time when we began it.
What do you mean?
Autism awareness.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that
I'm saying our first one was the toy along, but I was trying to remember with autism awareness that was our second one. I just couldn't remember if we did it at the exact same time or if we did it.
You mean the time we're doing it now?
Yeah.
Yes, we always did because we tried because we were going to do it for the 1 month, and we thought that I don't like only giving a month, so we like the quarter way of doing things.
Yeah.
So we just decided that it would be March, April, May. I think it is.
Yes, I think so.
No, January, March, April, May, June.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, I do have allergies.
I'm starting to feel more human now, so that's good.
Yay, feeling human.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I actually am, but that's okay. Okay. All right, so I only have 3.
And I have 5, so I go twice once.
Twice once.
Let me just take a quick drink.
My tea is gone.
I'm starting to... I did this first on Sunday and I realized I like it, so... I like the shape of this shawl. This is Mom's, what's it called, Mom?
That's Anastasia's Attell. It's the scrap shawl pattern.
Thank you. It's a scrap shawl pattern. And I'm wearing it like a poncho. And because of the way that it's shaped, it doesn't have... It's that kind of... I don't know how to describe the shape. But it works very well for a poncho type shape. So I'll be using my shawl pins. You'll be seeing me doing this a lot more. And I am, therefore, Mom will find orders being placed. The only thing that makes it all, like, I do just give her like things like rosaries out of the blue and things like that. And I have made other things like socks and things like that, things that she won't make or doesn't feel comfortable
Well,
with.
I usually if we have something like that, I mean, occasionally we do buy our stuff.
Yeah.
But hers,
It's almost like a barter system.
hers is mostly rosaries for me or socks.
Yeah.
And for her, it's either yarn or a shawl.
Yeah.
Or something like that. That we just, and the yarn can be, most likely it's yarn that I dye, but it can also be something out of my stash.
Yeah. She's grabbed yarn from my stash too. So it's just, and I've already put in an order for a gradations of black and red, so I include like grays.
So Paula, you're gonna have to wait.
Because I have this orange one which works for like yellows and browns. This kind of, if I'm wearing a red and black, it doesn't work quite as well.
Right.
And then my other one is like bluey greeny kind of thing. Eventually I'm gonna have, just the range, because I like this style of this poncho type look.
And Paula, I know you were kidding, but we'll see. We'll see. I've been known to do really strange things like that, so, but Taya will come first, so.
Thank you. I've tried actually making one of these myself. I don't like crocheting in that way. I think that was mostly what it is. I don't like crocheting in that way, because I started one time and I just didn't finish it. Didn't get very far, to be quite honest with you. I just didn't feel like it. But anyway, you like making this shawl, and I make other things I like too for you. So, anyway, let me.
I don't do socks.
Or rosaries.
Mm-mm.
And I get you special materials like that jasper that I got in the other day.
My friend and I have a special relationship with St. Matthew, and I got a Bible study St. Matthew. I said, I need to pick up one for this particular friend, and Taya suggested making a rosary for me to have. I said, make one for her too. So
I thought it was your suggestion, actually.
maybe it was.
Um,
And anyway, whatever it was, I said, make it for her, please, for her birthday in October. Well, it was a little more expensive than I thought, so I made it her birthday and Christmas. Her birthday's October, and Christmas, of course.
yeah, that one wasn't a barter. That one you wanted to be an actual
Yeah,
barter.
and so I picked up the book, and I picked up the thing, and I told her, well, I know your birthday's in October, and I know Christmas is in December, but I couldn't wait. So she already has it. So I'm doing mine. I think she started hers too. So our
But
Bible
what brought it to mind is I used jasper beads for that,
Yeah.
and Mom found out that she really likes jasper.
it feels a nice weight on the hand.
Um,
And I showed it on the podcast. I'm
yes,
sure.
she did.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
It would match really well with this outfit.
It actually matched
Yes, it would.
this very well. I think it's about the color of this here. Maybe a little lighter.
Yeah.
Jinx, you're the jinx. Okay,
I want more too.
so
I guess there's some here still.
let's do this one first. I moved that things around in bags so I can remember what's and what.
My happy place.
So I only worked a little bit on these two during TutorCon. But I'll do this one first because I worked the least on this, I think. Because I had to start the heel flap pretty soon. I didn't feel like doing it. Not when I was also keeping an eye on the chat. Sorry, I have like this one area of hair that's just like being annoying. So in my little skein in the big wool velveteen rabbit bag this has my Starburst socks in it.
Starbursts?
I'm a little congested sometimes.
I'm giving you a hard time.
Starburst socks in it. And this is a KF Jones pattern. I believe it's vanilla latte sock. It's my vanilla cream sock.
Yeah, you have one that's vanilla latte. And
Yeah,
one
I
that's
do.
vanilla
And
cream.
for a while, I was working the two patterns at the same
Time.
same time. Sorry, words are not coming out the way I'm thinking them.
Happens.
So this is a Lollipop Girl Creations yarn, or Lollipop Girl Yarns yarn. Sorry, and this is Flamingling by the Pool.
That was a gift.
Yes, it was. First sock has been done for a while. The heels and toes were highlighter, I believe.
Maybe I'll put those yarns Laura gave me into the blanket.
Oh, that'd be fun.
But I want socks.
Or it can be some socks if they have nylon.
I wonder, well, I think she made them with, if they don't have nylon, they'll go right into the blanket. But, and I know
you
that
would want to save it for later on because those are big. Unless you want to have it later for a different blanket because right now you're early on.
Yeah. No, I want to wait because I want to get full
Yeah.
usage out of it. Now the little 20-gram one I might be able to use because then I'd have Laura's yarn in my blanket.
Yes, you would, which is nice.
Yeah.
Now, I believe that the pink that I'm using for the heels, toes, and cuff is Pinkalicious. Pretty sure that's what it is.
That's what it is, yeah.
So, I believe I am at the point where I had to start thinking about the heel flap. It was close enough, yeah, that I didn't want to continue working on it during TutorCon. So, and unfortunately...
Let's see the contrast again. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, you can see it looks. I mean, this isn't. Do you have another one that you did like this where it looked like it was different?
I did. That was the black one with the yellow. Is like had yellow heel and toe, but it instead of being like it would be the heel was yellow and the toe was the other, and then it'd flip. And I can't remember. I think it was that one or a different one. I can't remember. I did have a pair that did that.
Because it looked a little more different than this does. I mean, this looks different. I mean, but you can see where it'd be the same.
Yeah, that particular one, what I did was I just flipped which had the heel, and which color the heel was, and which color the toe was. I just can't remember which one it was. I thought initially it was my Eclipse ones, but now I don't think it was. I think that's the colorway is Eclipse by
Eclipse.
Yeah, Wild Hair, and I had yellow heels and toes for that, but it was kind of like a goldy yellow. That was a gorgeous colorway. I picked that one up that was a snap grab. I didn't know what I was going to use it for, but I loved the color. But anyway, so this is turning out very nice. Like I said, I just didn't want to have to think about starting a new part of the pattern during TutorCon.
Right.
So I don't have as much to talk about. I was going to record a whole video about TutorCon, but they had the thing I looked at for what the topics were going to be was a projection from months ago, so I guess they got their speakers and they didn't have necessarily all the topics that they initially thought about. They were thinking about doing stuff with, like, I think it was, like, fiber arts something like that was going to be, like, fiber arts in the tutor time, but I guess they changed topics. Just like they were supposed to have one on Hans Holbein. But the lady, I guess, is in school for some sort of history degree. I'm not sure what level it is. But she put forth one of her papers.
Oh, wow.
That she got a really good, the person was one of those ones, like, you can't please him, but he praised this one. So she did that instead. And it's like, well, this is a good and there are people like, oh, I was looking forward to Holbein. But this is good, too. But we were looking forward to Holbein.
Well, you're proud of yourself. I mean, she did a good job.
No, she did, and she did do a good job. It was a good talk.
It's always when you have a teacher who's hard to please, not unfair, just hard.
And that's what she said. It was hard to please.
Yeah.
Not impossible.
And not unfair.
Not unfair. Looks like the flag is down.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
but
you have one more to do.
Yes, I do. But yeah, so I didn't want to. So I was hoping to have some of that to tell you about because I thought, I'll have something about fiber related stuff, but they changed topics from the last time that they had reported what topics that they would have. So I do not have that for you. But yes, this is very nice. I do need to work on these more. Sometimes what happens with my fingering weight socks, if I have to work in low light, I don't always work on them because the stitches are easier for me to drop when they're smaller. But I do need to work on them more when I don't have low light. Why did I do that? Put this one back in here. There we go. Then the thing. Then my other one, that I want to show is in my Silver Shed USA Rebel Scum bag. Well, that sounds bad. It sounds like I just said scumbag. Okay, my Silver Shed USA bag, Rebel Scum. There we go. So let me go ahead and pull that out. And here are my TARDIS socks. The pattern is Not Just Boring Boot Socks pattern by Corinne Walcher. The colorway is a Wild Hair colorway. And it is, I think I had said it was Police Call Box. I can't remember for sure because I lost the ball band. And this takes me to the full yarn it looks close, but I always have been able to in the past finish a sock with it, so hopefully that won't change. I don't think I did longer leg than normal or anything else different, but okay, it's just the facts. So yeah, that's that pair of socks. Like I said, not just boring boot socks pattern, quite a favorite pattern. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't any.
That's just our fax machine because we have it on fax so that people don't call in the middle of the podcast like they're doing right now.
Yeah. Now that I just finished mine.
Your second one?
Yeah, this is Medicare stuff.
All right.
So.
In my knitting's my bag, angel bag. Oops. Got tangled up here. Just give me a second.
Okay, I'm going to take a quick peek to make sure neither of these are for you. As in, like, not Christmas gifts.
This is the yarn I'm looking for, right? Or working at. And I thought I would work more on knitting and crocheting this past week, but I really just didn't. I worked on one project a little bit, but I think it was whenever I come down from either doing a big project or big dye job, and it's all finished, it's like my whole body just says, I'm not doing anymore. And so I just didn't do a whole lot. But I have been sitting here while Talia was talking, and I can't find where there it is. I did do about 3/4 of a row more than what we did earlier. So this is the Scrap Shawl pattern by Anastasia Zattel, and I am very close to finishing this. I'm hoping to finish this relatively soon. So this is the one that Talia wants me to make in reds and blacks and pinks and whatever. So
and Mom's gonna I'm gonna be growing my shawl pin collection, and then if Mom wants to borrow one, she always can. Like, I will keep it at least one in my collection, so she doesn't need to worry about storing it. And I found a couple really cute ones on Amazon, as well as nice ones on Etsy. But
it's hard to find certain kinds of shawl pins. The owls, they have a fair amount of cute ones, and
But I actually found 2 wood ones.
Did you see any bunnies?
I did.
Oh, good. But we could we'd look for Mockingjay.
Yes, I was really shocked they didn't have a Mockingjay.
No, they just had what do you call them? Brooches.
Yeah, and I really
lapel.
And things that were like cheap ones, where it's like they had a little pin on in the back. It wasn't even like the kind that you could even like potentially see using.
And the funny thing is, it's the way it's set up, it's made for a shawl pin. I mean,
exactly, it would have been perfect for that.
I don't know how to do that kind of thing, but it would have been, I think someone could make a real killing, because there are a lot of people who really like that series out there who are crafters.
Yeah, it just seemed like it was a missed opportunity by someone. And if I knew how to make that kind of thing, whether it be wood or metal, I kind of feel like that almost has to be metal, because I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I
guess it could go either way, but regardless, it seems like a missed opportunity. Someone could have made that, and they didn't.
But yeah, so this is getting big, and this is all Miss Babs for the most part. Oh no, there's Dragonfly fiber in here too, but I'm hoping that if I can just sit down and do it, I can finish it. Mm-hmm. And we're getting close to the end of the year where we start thinking about.
Bless you.
Thank you. We think about what we're going to frog.
Yeah.
And I've got things in there that have just been sitting and sitting and sitting, and even if I want to maybe restart it later. Mm-hmm. But my gauge has probably changed, so I probably should restart it. But yeah, that's all I have to say about this.
Yeah, I did frog one of the, and I didn't think of bringing the yarn with me. I did frog one of the, bless you.
Thank you.
Socks that I had started for surgery that I wasn't very far along on. And I was like, you know what? I just don't think I'm going to work on this anytime soon. Mm-hmm. It was when I was playing musical bags when trying to find the perfect bag for one of my projects. Right. So I went ahead, pulled that out, put the yarn back in my sock area, and yeah, it was that purpley one that looked, bless you, it had a similar texture to West Yorkshire Spinners. I had a gray cuff,
right.
And it was like a almost masculine purpley kind of color.
A little pretty sock.
It was a pretty sock. I looked at it, I was like, I don't feel like doing this right now. And I have a ton of socks on my needles, and honestly, when I get to the point where I want to work this kind of fat thing, I'm going to want to just grab one of my shiny, bright West Yorkshire Spinners, probably. There'll be a point where I want to work that, but it's not...
Maybe for Daddy.
No, it's pure wool.
Oh, okay.
He only wants things that he can
Throw in the washer.
Throw in the washer. He can't just throw this in the washer.
Yeah.
It only could probably be made for me because I'm the only one who does pure wool.
I could do it. I just don't want to.
You just don't want to. It took me a while to get used to West Yorkshire spinners, to be quite honest with you. When I first started, I found it to be itchy.
Mm-hmm.
But then my body just got used to it, which is good because it has this nice mixture of being like breathable, but also really nice and warm.
They have nice. Their dye jobs are really very nice.
Oh, they have beautiful dyeing, and they have wonderful customer service too.
Oh, they do. Yeah.
Most
people I've been come into contact with, whether it's Dragonfly Fibers or Miss Babs or Madeline Tosh.
Well,
you know,
I mean, I even had Dragonfly Fibers, and I think you mentioned them, where they had mixed up weights. Now, because they're smaller business, they did I sent them back even though I had to I cut it up. They took it back and sent me the size I needed.
Right. Mad Tosh just sent me, because they're bigger, they sent me an extra skein.
And that's what West Yorkshire Spinners did too.
Yeah. So,
but again, bigger company, smaller,
smaller company is fine.
They
do what they can.
They do what they can. I mean, I'm just happy they did a trade for me, because someone might have been like, "Hey, you are cut into this."
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it until I felt the difference when I was knitting with it. It was for the On the Forest Floor. So, okay, my turn. So next for me is I moved this to this project, this bag. This is my Plover Bird Piggy bag. Happy Piggy's bag.
Happy piggy bag. They're so cute. I love that bag.
They just look so adorable and so happy.
Yeah. They don't know what's going to happen later on.
Well, maybe they're free range
Bacon
pigs.
and sausage and.
So
jade.
in here is the pattern is Thorn's Hooded Cow. I call the project Bomber's Hooded Cow because it's yellow, and that's the color's his hood. And I keep working my way closer to needing to do the actual hood.
I think I'm going to see if Davina wants to eat her lunch, because it might be
Better for her that way.
Well, it's getting late, right? I mean, what time is
Yeah.
it?
Actually, Mom, when I get up to do my project, to finish my project, and I'll ask her because I need to get something for my room.
The problem is, it's chicken today, and I'd have to cut that up for her because they said it's kind of tough.
Oh, okay.
But we'll figure it out.
Okay.
I mean, we have to pause it for a second.
Yeah, we can do that probably. Okay, so yeah, but there's really not, it doesn't look like a whole bunch of growth because even though it does grow, I'm in the same section.
Right.
And it's the same stitch. So it really doesn't look, it won't be until I start the hood that you'll really notice the difference. So.
Just pick up the stitch.
I was hoping with the mail would come Mom's, I picked up for Mom some washi tape with owls on it. There was a really good deal on it. I can't remember if they had a sale or if their sample was just a really good price. But I had picked up 2 of them. It was like a total of $3 altogether. So there is this like little sample size of owl washi tape. So
Cool.
I thought that was going to possibly come in today, but it did not. But that was the earliest time they said it was potential to come in. But yeah, there's that one.
All right, let me just get this plate to a place where I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
So we are actually going to put us on pause. And we know that you start when we come back.
Yeah. Let me just. Because even though I like to eat with Davina normally, we got a very late start.
We did get a very late start
Because
due to a variety of factors.
Yeah, one of which was a visitor from someone we hadn't seen in a long time. It was really nice to see her, and she needed to talk, and so we talked.
Yep.
And we're glad that we did, because we don't see her that often.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me just find my... Do you see my blue thing, my blue clip here? Oh, here it is. All right, so let's pause it,
Yes.
and we will be back in a little bit.
Let me just do these.
Probably less time for them than it is for us.
Well, it'll definitely seem like less time to them than it is for us. All right, there's that last stitch, so my stitch marker will come off. Okay, we'll be back.
And we're back.
Yes.
Davina is all set and eating. I apologize profusely for having to have her eat by herself today, but it's almost 1 o'clock and we eat fairly early, usually around 5:30. So I didn't want her to be eating at 3 or something.
Right, because you never be able to get her to eat dinner.
Yeah, and it's a thing. She doesn't like to eat.
Yeah,
a whole lot. It's
a thing.
we walk a very thin line with some stuff for that. So She's eating. What's next? I just finished.
Oh, no, it's your turn.
It's my turn?
Yes.
Okay, let me just finish this stitch here.
Because initially I was going to get up and grab something while you were working on something, but then we just decided to pause.
Oh, okay. All right, so in my PHN Silver Shed 10-year anniversary bag, which I absolutely love, Anne did a fabulous job on this, is my, I think it's called Strawberry Shortcake. My Strawberry Shortcake Baby Blanket Project from the Sorabelle Scarf Pattern by Anastasia Sattel. No, it's not Anastasia Sattel.
No.
It's by Sarah
Sarah
Sweethearts.
Sweethearts.
Okay. And this is the lady we said last week we went on and on saying that she's not it's hard to find her now.
Yeah.
You can't find her. But anyway, this is how it looks. Not a whole lot done since the last time I showed you because I didn't work on it since the last time I showed you. I'm working on it right now. And I'm hoping that that will change now that the major project is finished. I have all the ends woven in. I can't show you because it's in the box because the wedding is Saturday. So thank you for all your good wishes and support. It did get finished in plenty of time despite the fact I had to start over again in the middle.
Yes.
So I'm very
Change
happy.
projects.
Change projects, yes. So I'm grateful that that is done and I hope they like it. I've made a little, I bought a little wedding card, but I made a little card detailing the blanket and what it was called and what was in it, so what the materials were, so they could know how to wash it.
Yeah.
But I showed it to my husband. He liked that, so that was good. Where's I think there it is. So this is in ice yarn, and I think it's a worsted weight. Or it might be a DK. I don't remember which it is, and it's fuzzy. This is,
because she carries both.
yeah, she carries both, and this is very fuzzy, and it's the first time I've had ice yarn that's fuzzy, and it does stick, which is the reason I will probably only use it for something like this or just a normal like double or single crochet blanket because pulling it out's a bit of a challenge.
But you don't tend to make baby blankets too much more complex anyway.
It depends on who it's for.
Yeah.
If it's someone that is a close friend or something, then I will. But it's
I mean, baby blankets are usually your chill out project.
Yeah. I mean, I've made others that have been a little bit like I gave Julie a couple that were really nicely done, but this is, and not that they aren't all.
You mean that it was fancier,
Is a little fancier, a little more
intricate.
I didn't know the stitch pattern then.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this is
I think it was like a pineapple or something, wasn't it?
no, it's
I know one was a christening thing.
yeah. I made her a christening gown, and I made her a couple. One of them was one of Anastasia's patterns, and it came out very small. So I put it. I looked for an edging, and I put an edging on it. It came out beautifully. It was really beautiful. I almost wanted to keep it, but what was I going to do with it, right? I mean, so I gave it to her, and so then I think I gave her the christening gown and that blanket. I don't think I gave her another blanket, but I might have. I don't know. Julie is one of my closest friends' daughter, so.
The friend that had the other Matthew Rosary.
Yeah, my partner in crime, who had the temerity to move to upstate New York. So,
Shame on her.
yes. So, yeah, but that's I don't know how I got it on that topic, but
Baby blankets.
baby blankets, yeah. So this, will probably be used mainly for that in the fuzzy version of it, because it is hard to take back. It just doesn't like to release its hold, but it's very, very pretty when it works out. Look at that. I mean.
Yes,
very pretty.
it pulls nicely.
So, and I guess, I'm not sure how far I am on this. I guess it depends if it's going to be a preemie blanket where this is the length of it going this way, or if this is the width of it and I'm going this way.
Well, you have enough yarn to...
Oh, I've got a ton of yarn for this. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more skeins, I think it is. Yeah, 5 more skeins. I thought I'd used more than that. This isn't one skein. Is it?
Do you have another...
I'm trying to see if I have a tie here. I thought I did.
No, maybe this is your... that might be all one skein. Wait,
What's
no.
that?
That might be... There you go.
it is,
There's
yeah.
a join.
So, but then I must have 2 skeins in here then, because it wouldn't be 7 skeins, it would be 8.
Yeah.
So So yeah, it's nice on my hands, which is unusual for an acrylic.
Yeah.
Because my hands get
Well, it's nice to have something that's soothing to your hands.
my hands get very dry. They always have, and then with the psoriatic arthritis, it's been worse. So this is really nice on my hands. It doesn't this and like some of the smoother yarns are nice because they don't.
Well, some of the silks probably feel nice. I might have some flock Brizonas left, like that hat that I made. That's that silky.
Yeah.
If it's an appropriate weight, maybe I'll let you have it because I've already knit a couple things out of it.
Is it silk and wool, or is it silk and bamboo, or is it silk and cotton?
It's not silk and cotton.
Okay, all right. As long as it's not silk.
No,
and cotton.
I had to give away the one that was silk and cotton because I really can't stand cotton.
I think I still have. I thought I gave it away, but I think I might still have a skein of that silk and cotton.
Yeah, even the silk wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Or bamboo or whatever it was wasn't enough for me to counteract the cotton.
I don't like working with cotton yarn.
I have very few ones that I can work with, and even then I had to spread it out.
I don't know if it's not flexible enough or if it's not soft enough. The only cotton I like working for dishcloths and stuff with Dishy, and I do like working with Hobby Lobby's cotton yarn, but it's very.
This is the only one I work with.
It's very. I think it would work with the Hobby Lobby for wearables. It's less. I'm very sensitive to how stiff it is, and the Hobby Lobby yarn is much less stiff.
It's very
cotton.
much, yeah. It's
I started making a toy with it, and I couldn't finish it because it was just too floppy for me.
yeah, it just didn't work.
I know that Crystal crocheting, Chronically Crocheting, has made. I believe she said she's made Hobby Lobby cotton toys, but I just to me they just weren't.
I just didn't like the structure of it.
But I do like. I think it would be very nice if I decided to make a summer weight top or something.
I know there are people who make things like that.
Yeah,
cotton.
then I would use that cotton or a linen.
Yeah. I think I have some linen. Some
Do you?
cotton with linen.
Okay.
I got it for a pattern that I decided not to make.
Right.
It was a, it's supposed to be specifically for covering bread. I forget what made it different.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
So I have some of it if you ever decide you want to try something with linen in it.
Right.
And it's Knit Picks. The bit of cotton that is in it is Knit Picks, so that's the one that's better.
Well, I think they call it Cotlin, don't they?
Yes, I think it is called Cotlin.
Yeah.
And it's a whitey cream color and a blue.
Oh, yeah, I remember
it's
that.
a really nice
Because you
blue.
were going to make it for our kitchen.
Yes, that's why I picked up the colors I did. So I might give that to you because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And then you'll be able to experience working with linen.
Yeah, we'll see how much you have because I don't know if I'm going to do with it if it's,
Yeah.
have to see. But yeah,
Well, it could still work for stuff in the kitchen, so you can do basically whatever you want with it.
I don't know if I'd want to use it for like a pot scrubber or anything. Maybe
But
a
I
pot
wonder if you could
holder.
Yeah.
Well, cotton linen should be able to be all right with a pot holder, I would think. Right? I mean,
I would think so. Maybe a hot pad.
oh, somebody did answer our question about the. I guess we were talking about this, how much a cup was bigger or something, so we're doing the diameter and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
And she was wondering if we meant volume. I think that's probably what we did mean. I can't remember the exact conversation, but she took the time to get back with us.
What it was, we were trying to. I remember the conversation, and thank you for responding. It was we were trying to figure out what I liked better about the cup. It wasn't just how much you could hold, because I have several that can hold the same amount, but this one it's squatter, and so it has a wider base.
Yeah.
And I like how it fits in my mug warmer because it takes up the whole space. That's what we were discussing.
I think it was I Know Who You Are who responded.
Yeah.
And she gave us all these formulas for geometry, so I was like, wow, that's fun.
But yeah, that's what we were trying to discuss. We just couldn't remember what we just couldn't remember the proper term.
Right.
But yeah, this is that's what we were trying to figure out.
And I wanted to thank her because
yes, thank you.
I saw it when I was trying to put all the people to thank on the list, and this was from the podcast before, I think. So she had answered, and I wanted to make, and I just saw it, so I don't know if she was like one behind or if I just missed it. But she did take the time, and she either researched or she's really bright and she knows it in her head because she was giving me all the formulas for circumference and diameter and radius and volume. I think did you do volume? I don't remember, but she took her time to do it, and I really appreciate it, and it made me smile because it made me feel like I was doing geometry all over again. So it was fun. Thank you very much. I think it was I Know Who You Are. Thank you very much. And if it wasn't, I apologize for getting your name wrong. Thank you anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can see in the threads if you want to see what I'm talking about. It's one of the last maybe 2 podcasts. This is the last one, or the one before that, I forget. So that takes care of that. It's your turn.
Okay, so now I have it in. Sorry, I feel like it's hair that's right here. Sorry, my hair's at the point where it's like long enough that it's a little too short to kind of like pull back comfortably. I did one day when I was cooking pull back enough of it, pinned enough back so I wasn't constantly like doing this because it's at that
It
length.
was being playful.
But it also means if I have anything that's stray, it like smacks me like around nose area, so it makes it like it's like having alpaca, but it's my own hair. But anyway, in my
Release the thread.
do I have you?
I got it.
Okay. In my Knit for Brains teapot bag that was given to me by Laura Concert.
She spoils us.
Yes, she is. This is my Log Cabin Love. The pattern is by 10 Hours or Less, our very own George. We'll have to see whether or not I'll have to pick up another skein of this blue. Oh wait, this is the one I'll have to pick up as close as I can because they don't carry the blue bonnet colorway anymore. And I knew that this was a possibility. I wasn't sure. It's going to be close. I might end up having to pick up a similar blue.
Right.
That's why when I saw that there was one of the colors I picked up was a limited time, I went ahead and picked up the 2 just in case.
Right.
Because I had a feeling that as I go along, I'm going to eventually have to pick up the second one for each of those colors.
This did hold 8, Taya.
Okay, that makes sense. So
Sorry about the crinkling.
this is how much I have of the blue bonnet. This is Knit Picks. It's not Swish. Knit Picks Wool of the Andes. They don't carry the colorway blue bonnet anymore, but they have other blues that are similar if I need to pick up something else.
Is that superwash or non?
No, this is a non-superwash. They didn't have superwash when I picked this up initially. They now do have superwash.
That's what I was wondering.
I don't know when they started that because I don't seem to remember having seen the superwash version before. Because I've always thought of this as being a colorwork yarn because I've seen it recommended multiple times for colorwork because it is 100% wool. But yeah, I haven't seen this color anymore. I don't think they carry it anymore. But I am at the top part of the heart, and then I have a couple more rows of just plain stockinette before I start the other log. So it's going to be touch and go if I'm going to need to pick up another skein just to finish that top.
Right.
So where did my skein go? There we go. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Actually, my next row begins the stockinette section. So, and I have how many stockinette rows? So I have 5 stockinette rows and bind off. So I might end up having to pick up another skein. We'll have to see.
Okay, I'm just trying to get where I can
It's hard to tell with knit sometimes.
clip this off because I had to change yarns. And whoops, I can't believe I did that.
What did you do?
I just was very bright and I crocheted my tail in. I not crocheted my tail in, but crocheted with the tail.
Oh,
Just,
I think we've all done something similar, whether it's crochet or knitting.
yeah. Let me see here.
What's annoying is when you feel like you got through a tricky part and then you find out you did the tail.
And I was doing my best not to. I was like, oh, this is the right one. Okay. So
That's one of those things where you think so hard, I'm not going to do this thing, that you do that thing.
You do it anyway. And it's just the nature of the beast. Let me just pull this up a little bit if I can. You know what? I'm just going to not do it right now. Let me just clip it. It'll just have to
Wait.
I can always, well, no, I can't always with this, but let's see. Where's my clip?
Well, you always clip it on there somewhere.
Oh, here it is. I should have a blue one on here because,
That's what you normally.
well, also pink and this kind of gets hidden in it.
That makes sense.
All right. I'm going to put this down here for the moment. All right. This is my B-Wing country bag that Brittany gave me very generously. I absolutely love it. And right now it's holding my project that I'm doing with Talia. It's holding my, what's it called? Meeting on the Courthouse Steps blanket. And I made a little progress this last time. Last time I showed you, I only had the red.
She picked up the stitches for the third log herself. So the center log, she obviously started herself. Then the second log, I think I did the first couple stitches that I picked up for you, and then I had you pick up the rest.
Yep.
And then the other one she picked up by herself without me being there.
Yeah, the one I'm a little concerned with now is along the side because the stitches are sideways.
Yeah, and I'll be showing her. I gave her a peek of how I did it for one of mine, but we will have to sit down and actually do it.
Look, Laura, be proud of me.
So it's big progress for her to pick up stitches by herself for knitting.
Laura better watch this so she can see it
And be proud.
and be proud of me. Laura is very sweet, and I just like mentioning her on the podcast once in a while, so her ears should be burning. so yeah, this is I think I said on the podcast last week that this one here is Expression Fiber Arts and Ox Blood.
Yes, you did.
I don't remember what this one is.
That looks like some Miss Babs.
Yeah, it's Miss Babs. It's Miss Babs.
It's like Funny Papers or Mad Hatter or something like that.
I think this might be Funny Papers because Mad Hatter's got more pink in it. It's really,
It's a little bit brighter.
it's a lot like that.
It's got
other
like
one.
a neon pink.
It's like that other one that's got all the pink in it. I forget the name of it. But I think this is Funny Papers. So I won't finish this for this. I only have like 2 rows left or something. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. I think I have 8. I might have 7. I don't know, 8 or.
I count the spaces in between to help myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see. So that's 5 there. Sorry, I have to think about it. So you just finished 11 here.
Okay.
I mean, you're heading to 11.
Yeah, I think I think I was like 2 rows off. Let me see what it actually says.
And I'll
here.
check you when you get there.
That's not the right one.
Why don't you keep a notebook?
I thought I had one in this notebook.
Okay, that's not a notebook.
I'm on 11.
Okay, that's where I counted you.
Yeah, I need to get. I have a notebook somewhere. I just don't know where it is. So I have to.
Do you need one of my mini little ones?
I think I have a mini one. I have to find it. But this is.
I have a box of like empty little ones because I picked up a whole box one time.
And I
use them all
kept
the
giving
time.
you to Christmas too. I give them.
Yes, well, because I use them constantly.
Yeah. And I should get in the habit of doing that instead of writing on my pattern.
Well, yeah, because then you can just reuse your pattern. You don't
I
necessarily.
don't have a place to keep all those patterns.
I have especially for patterns I reuse, like sock patterns. I have a folder. Like I have like DK socks and.
This is full of patterns. I mean, that got off of Ravelry because stuff like that. So
Yeah, most of the ones, if I don't tend to reuse them a lot, I won't necessarily keep them each time. But if it's like a shawl I knit a lot, or like my socks, I have DK Sport Weight Socks folder, and then like fingering weight socks folder, and then I think I have a couple of like different weights for sweaters.
what I might have to do with all this time I'm magically going to acquire at some point is go through here and write down all the patterns I have, then look in my folders in my computer, and if I have it in the computer, write it in a notebook and get rid of it if I don't use it, so that I can have more space in there. 'Cause I'm packed in there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this is this. I know it's not a lot, but all I had last time was this center block.
Yeah.
So now I have this.
And especially since she did one of those all by herself, I wasn't there in the room.
It looks like a rug.
It does kind of look like a rug.
So yeah, that's this one. I don't have anything else to say about this.
Okay, so I worked on mine a lot during TutorCon because it was a good project. Also, there's a bit of a little bit of a excitement or a little bit of, I don't know, you get this feeling of happiness every time you change colors. So, and I'm also able to use up some scraps even if I have to change yarns in the middle of a log to use up those scraps. So I've grown quite a bit. The last one I finished was Mom's Plum Deluxe and used the last of her Plum Deluxe that I had.
Quick question for you guys. That Plum Deluxe is going to go away as Plum Deluxe. Would you like me to keep that in the shop as something else? And if so, do you have any suggestions for names of it? You want to show them that again? That color? This one?
Hold on. Yeah, it's this
I
one
was
here.
thinking maybe something Halloween, but not necessarily. So if you have any ideas for a new name for it, if you think it should remain in the shop, I'd be happy to keep it in the shop.
So this is kind of wild, but that's the way it's intended to be. I'm not even trying to match the logs across from each other. It's just not that. That's not the goal. I started out thinking that way. You can see that for these two. Right here, these are the same colorway, but after that, I stopped caring, and it's just like I'm just using up extra little balls, and I have the ones I'm currently like. These are the ones that in the order of what I want to have next. These are my smaller ones. My larger ones are still in my basket, but this is my Erin Lane bunny butt bag, and this is perfect. I can, for one thing, it's deep enough and wide enough that I can get everything in there, and then also I can see the yarn.
Right.
This is the one I'm working with right now, this little black.
Kind of like the one I have my yarn in.
Yes,
It's-
yes.
Which is, this one was given to me by Rena. And you can see it's got,
So yes, this is the only one I have with the plastic. I really enjoy it.
yeah, I didn't think I was going to like
either.
that. And Rena gave it to me, and I was like, I wonder what I'm going to do with this. And like, wow, this is perfect. I can see all my scraps.
This
I
is
can
really
just-
good for a Scrappy project.
I need to borrow your pen for a minute because I'm
Okay.
not prepared. Thanks. Okay, there we go.
So yeah, this has been kind of my addictive project right now.
So I'm going to go ahead and I worked on this. I'm going to put it away for now.
What happens for me, I'll be like, okay, I want to go to, I don't want to, stop only a couple, rows in. I'll go for a certain amount, and then I'll be like, oh, I'm almost finished this log anyway. Let me just finish it. Oh, but I got to start the next log.
Yeah, that works until it gets bigger.
Yes.
I found that out when I was working on the crochet version for that wedding present because, at the beginning I was like, oh, I have to finish this. Oh, and I need to go look. Oh, well, I'm so close to finishing the second log. I can just go ahead and do it. Not so much when I was getting toward the end. It's like this huge long log, and it's like, okay, if I can finish the majority of it, or I had to set myself a goal. Like I looked at the number of rows I had for each log, and it's like, okay, I need to, if I divide it evenly, not taking into account growth or anything, I had to do X amount of rows every day to get it done a couple of days before the wedding. And I found that when they were smaller, I was doing quite a bit more, which was
Right.
good because as it got larger, sometimes I couldn't do it at all. And so it turned out I still finished it. I mean, it was done during the last podcast. All I had to do was finish weaving in the ends, which I did. So it was finished well within the time frame.
Yeah.
But it was because I didn't, when I took into account for my planning, I just assumed that was all the same, and the smaller ones got worked on more, and then the larger ones where I couldn't do as much, it didn't affect it.
Right.
So that takes care of that.
Yes. So, yep. Pout.
Well, it's almost done anyway. So
But yeah, so
sorry, guys.
this has been enjoyable. Part of the fun is using up the scraps and seeing what the crazy ends up working out into. We need more blankets, but
can never have too many blankets.
I can see just having the enjoyment of even if it's not consistently being worked on because I don't have enough yarn to work on it, just having one there, because it's really comforting having one of these log cabins going.
I like it. And once, the crochet ones, I'm fairly confident about. I have the one I'm going to be starting already in my head. I've already started writing up the pattern. We'll see if it works out the way I think it does. And then I have another one on the back of a piece of paper that I want to do after that one. It's different.
And
So-
this here we're basing off of a free pattern. We just took their way of writing it because it was free. It was it's just a typical courthouse steps.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
That leads us on to.
FOs?
I don't have any. Do you?
I don't.
So that leads us. And I mentioned my rip, but I'm not showing it because I put the yarn away already.
And I do have graphic novel of a sort, but it's in the basket. It's in the You saw it. It's in the...
Oh yeah. You don't want to unpack it.
No, it was too much. I'm not opening it up again. It's a little card I told you at the top of the podcast that I put in with the blanket to let the person know what it's made of. And so it's typewritten, on the computer in a font that's kind of curvy and stuff. And I put some very, very minimal decoration on it because too much is too much. So I did that.
Really? So too much is not too little?
No.
Oh, okay.
Get it straight. And then I put a little sticker because the card I picked up, I didn't realize I should have when I saw it said a gift for you on it. I didn't realize it was for a gift card. And so I put one of the really pretty ephemera type things over that. So it's just, and it goes really well with the card. So, but that was the extent of my journaling, and it's in the box, and I'm not going to open it to show you. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
It's very simple anyway.
So neither of us have shop news. And because I still haven't put up the sock pattern. How long have you been promising to put that pattern up?
Well, that's about as long as I've been saying I'm going to dye yarn.
No, I've been saying it longer than that.
Okay, well, I don't know. But
Yeah, I was supposed to do it like a year ago.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I released it for right before my
Surgery.
So maybe it's more like 6 months ago I was supposed to release it. Because I was supposed to release it to everybody after 6 months of it being Patreon only.
Yeah.
And I haven't yet hit a year for my surgery. We're really close. And I released it at least a couple weeks before the surgery.
This is a year because I missed my retreat.
Well, that's why I said, we are exactly, well, isn't it next week?
This weekend.
Is it this weekend? Okay,
Yep.
so yes, we are almost exactly at a year for my surgery.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because I can't get away from missing my retreat. So,
But, I mean, you're going to the wedding of someone who would normally be at the retreat.
yes, but it's
So,
not a retreat.
And last year definitely wasn't a retreat because you were with me in the hospital for one of the days. But anyway,
That's okay.
stash enhancement. One of them is us together.
Yeah, we'll do that last.
Well, actually, I have one that goes after that because it's related to knitting.
Yeah, I have one related to knitting, one related to tea, and then together.
Okay, so
The one for knitting I can show real quick because it's not.
okay. Oh, your needle.
Yeah, if you can.
Do you need help?
Yeah, I don't think my hands are gonna handle it right now.
We'll see if mine can. Because sometimes these things don't tear the way they're supposed to. Like they have the little terry thing. Oh,
Oh, there you go.
okay, it actually did this time because I'm not always able to do it because it's like not lined up or something.
Thank you.
Mine's in my bag here. I have it stuffed in. I don't want to pull it out.
These are the needles I was telling you about that I had to pick up for my courthouse steps blanket.
For when it gets larger.
when it
Because I
gets
have the same thing for mine. We got the same size.
A 60-inch.
Well, actually, I'm sorry. You went. Did you go to the needle size up or did we go the same size?
6s.
Okay, I went 6s as well. Because I know sometimes you like it a little loftier than I do. I couldn't remember if you decided to go up size.
So it's a 60-inch cord, and we'll
size
see.
6s.
Size 6s.
And the 60s when we go up.
Okay. So, did you want to do your knitting first? Do you want me to go ahead and do the tea?
Go ahead and do your thing because I have a little bit I want to look at for that. Tay.
What?
Tay?
Tea. Okay, a cup of tea. Well, there's sugar in here.
Yeah, you can all hear the sugar.
We
I think I might
alternate.
need to refill my sugar.
We alter again. I just refilled it.
Okay, no, you're right. I don't need to refill my sugar. I need to refill some of my tea that are in my
Okay.
box. That's what it is.
This is a tea that I had won. It's chocolate chestnut orange, I think.
Oh wow, that's hard to read. Okay, so that's chocolate chestnut and orange cake. It says chorange you holidized yet?
Yes, that's one of Chrissy's blends.
High caffeine, 4 minutes at 212. And then actually, she has a link down here to make that cake.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, it's https the 2 slashes everydaygourmet.tv/recipes/chocolate.chestnut and orange cake.
Cool.
So maybe I can write that down for you so you can
Yeah.
look up the cake so you can make it with that tea. Or you can compare to see if it tastes like that cake.
So this is my friend Chrissy who did all that hard work for me so I could get decaffeinated or non-caffeinated blends. This woman hardly knew me and she did it anyway. So I thought it was really sweet for her. She's a really very sweet, giving person. And then I got the sugars. And now keep in mind that we go through about, I think maybe a bag maybe once a month or 5 weeks or something like that.
I think it's probably more like 5.
A month to 6 weeks.
And it's for both of us.
And we alternate buying.
Yeah.
So this is my turn to buy. is this. And then I picked up, this is what I had today because I'm almost empty.
Now, we might work our way through it quicker because you've been doing it in the morning.
Yeah, and I've been doing more than one cup of tea in the afternoon. So this is chocolate mocha tea for the little gray cells. That's what I had today.
Have you been having that for breakfast too, or have you been switching out?
I've been switching out to see which goes better with the cake. Now I'm done with the bread.
Yeah.
Now that we're done with the bread, I might go back to the chai tea and see how I can handle it, and go from there. But yeah, this is one of my favorites when I just want something comforting, and I don't know I don't know what flavor I want. I just want tea.
Right.
And this has a little bit of chocolate in it, but yeah, I picked up some more of it. I do have the mocha nut mott on its own up there.
Yeah, which is good as well.
Yeah, I haven't had that one yet. I have it in the tin.
If I don't make an active effort to try to have other teas, I will just sit there and flip between Earl of Grey and Russian Caravan and just keep doing those two.
I have a little bit more of an eclectic palate or something. I do like different, but I will go through phases. Like, I will just sit there and drink XYZ, like the pumpkin spice, honeybush pumpkin spice chai, I think it is, or pumpkin chai, or whatever it's called. And the thing about that one is when I go on a binge for that, I take double the amount of tea because I want it really strong so I can put milk in it. And so that goes really fast. I've already bought 2 of them, I think. So it's just, and I love chais at all times of the year, and I don't care if pumpkin is an autumn tea. I will drink it all the time. And then I forgot to bring the one that I drank, but it was a acquisition last time I showed teas. It's called Okita Avenue, I think it's called. And this lady gifted it to me out of the blue, which was really nice. And I liked it so much I've now bought it twice.
Nice.
Once in the tin. I think I bought it twice. Once in the tin and once in the bag. And I had it yesterday, and without even strengthening it, it's got a kick.
Which is
and
nice.
I really like it, which is surprising.
Oh, is that the one with the 3 peppercorns? 3 different kinds of peppercorn, or is that a different one?
No, that's the I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah, because that just sounds like it'd be up your alley.
Yeah. It's really funny because I don't like spicy stuff unless it's chai.
Yeah, whereas I, at least used to, I can't handle it so well anymore. I like spicier food than Mom does generally, but I don't like things like chives and stuff. Actually, I kind of react a little bit to spice. Now, I really don't like the flavor either, but I somewhat react sometimes to the spiciness of it. Although usually it's actual spicy food that I react to now.
Right.
But anyway, the one we share in common.
We're going to do that now?
Yeah.
Okay, because I thought you wanted to.
No, I have a reason why I'm saving
right.
the others.
Okay, let me just put this here because I'm in the middle.
I haven't opened up this plastic yet because I was waiting for you.
Either have I, so. Okay. This has a story to it. This is the Interior Castles by St. Teresa of Avila. And I've tried multiple times to read this book, and I always end up feeling like an idiot. And I always end up feeling like I don't understand what I'm reading, and that I can't possibly even become any better than I am because I can't even get on the first step of the castle. So this is a study guide.
Yeah, because I have one that's not a study guide, but this is so much better. Yeah. Because this... Oh my gosh, Mom. Because mine already had like a tear in the back.
Can you use your needle?
Hang on. Let's see. I'm trying not to, bend your knee. What did they do to yours?
Vacuum sealed.
No kidding. Hey, you grab mine, I'll grab yours. It doesn't make a difference.
No,
it's the same book.
I know, but I want my book.
Okay. Okay, we might have to do needle surgery.
Let me see here. Let me see if I can get it with this.
Oh, hang on, spork.
Do not try this at home. She's a professional.
With a spork?
With a spork.
There we go. Spork saves the day!
Yay!
Yay! We use spork for eating falling apart bread. And I use it for mixing tea because that way I don't waste a normal spoon on it. I like foldable silverware.
I don't particularly care for foldables.
I prefer it because I don't always feel up to cleaning my stuff right away. So I always have things that they have like a top on it. So if I don't feel like up to clean it right away, I can just fold up my spork or whatever silverware I've got, and then I can clean it later.
Okay, here's what we have. It's a study guide. It has notes in it. Let's see, it has interpretive notes, expanded questions for reflection, a glossary of terms, and comprehensive indexes. So this is going to be hopefully a lot more helpful.
And I'm hoping it'll kickstart me to get
Look at
back
the
into reading. I know I saw what
That's a whole page of interpretive notes.
which is awesome, and then it has the questions after that. I'm hoping this will also kickstart me to get back into reading
Ooh.
my autobiography of hers.
It's more than a page. It's like a page, 2 pages and a half. Wow.
Oh yeah, are you on? This one
Chapter
looks like
2.
it might be 3 pages. This one's 3 pages.
This has got 1 page, and it looks like, okay, 1 page, 2 page, and 3/4, and then you've got the questions.
Yeah, one's literally 3 whole pages.
What chapter is that?
Fifth one, chapter 3.
Oh, this chapter here.
Yeah.
And so I always get a little further each time I read this, but I always, rather than making me feel hopeful, it makes me feel kind of despondent and like I'm not going to get anywhere. But I'm hoping that with the interpretive notes and the explanations and then the questions,
Right.
it will help me along. And I've never seen a book like this
No, this is pretty cool.
for St. Teresa of Avila. I love the cover of
Well, I
it.
think for her interior castles, having a study guide is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I always think it's funny when you have a religious whose initials for like what they are part of is OCD.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which order that is.
Father Kiernan of the Cross, OCD.
I mean, but like, is that because OCD? Like,
Oh, it's dedicated to him. He passed away.
look at his glasses.
I know.
He looks really sweet, but he has these big old glasses. They're like eating his face. He looks adorable.
He's adorable.
Which
I
that sounds so rude.
I want a little doll like that. He's cute.
That sounds so rude.
That's cute.
So I don't know what.
Displaced Carmelites.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Order of displaced. Okay,
Carmelites, yeah.
and displaced means shoeless.
And that
Right?
also, yeah. Also, that makes sense because she was a Carmelite.
That's why I'm saying it makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. Okay. So yes, it cracks me up that their
translated
initials is OCD.
Translated by Kiernan Kavanaugh and Otilio
Rodriguez.
OCD.
So
Yeah, and so I saw this like, oh,
This is great.
This is a possibly a good, because this is a doctor of the church, because
Mm-hmm.
we're supposed to stick, because we're Paulines, which is an order of its own, has a charism of its
Yeah.
own. We're supposed to stick mainly with our stuff.
Yeah.
But a doctor of the church, we can read, so we can
Yeah.
read Teresa of Avila and John of the Cross and Teresa Lisieux and all that kind
did
of
you
stuff.
also like all 3 of those Carmelites?
They are, aren't they? Yeah.
Your first 3 that you named.
De Sales, he's not.
He's not. Yeah.
Yeah. Francis de Sales. But
I was surprised when I heard that Bede was. I didn't know that
is
until
it Carmelite?
no.
Better
No, they don't know what order he was. He was too early to be Carmelite. The Carmelites didn't even exist at that point. He was a doctor. He's a doctor of the church. I didn't realize.
Oh, so Saint Anthony of Padua. I didn't realize that either.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. If you guys aren't Catholic, doctors of the church, very important in the church. Okay, you can look it up because I can't give you a definition, but
Usually they have some sort of significant
Contribution to the church.
that to the church as a whole. They provide either a new look at a charism that becomes very influential, or they add something to literature, like someone like Augustine
yeah.
or Thomas Aquinas. You know,
Well, Teresa Lisieux, her little way.
I mean, there have been things like similar to that before, but the way she put it wasn't very influential.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know. Yes.
Which I think Jerome probably is.
I don't know if it's a doctor.
I don't know.
I don't know if he's.
His translation of the Bible.
He might be is he a church father?
Well, he is. People like. Well, I always get confused where the church fathers.
I think the church fathers are early, like
Because he's
you got
pretty early, but he's
Saint
not
Anthony,
that
Saint
early.
Anthony of the Desert, I think.
Yeah,
Saint Athanasius, I think, is a church father. I have to go back. And
I
look.
have to go back and see.
I
I,
don't
know that he was concurrent with Augustine because he was rude to Augustine.
Jerome was rude to a lot of people,
He was a very cranky saint.
but we owe him a lot.
Well, he was just like the rest of us.
Yep. We owe
He's cranky.
So yeah. So this is this.
Okay, but anyway. The other ones I had to show, these are some, and you'll see more into this for BookTube. I might post its own video here as well, just as an extra, as I go through them. This is This Golden Fleece by Esther Rutter, A Journey Through Britain's Knitted History. Now this one has where it goes through the history, also seems like it's more of a personal journey as well, while she's going and discovering the history. But yeah, and this looks like it'll be good. Someone bent the pages a little bit.
Oh.
But actually, I'm not completely sure if they bent it personally or maybe it got bent the way it's put away, because a bunch of them are bent in the same area.
Well, that's like what happened when I opened up the Liturgy Hours today and found out that there was a page bent. It wasn't on purpose. It was just...
Looks like they're going to talk about loom knitting a little bit.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. And it's all these really cool pictures, old pictures with knitting and stuff.
Actually, that looked like more like machine knitting.
Oh, okay. That might be. So, yeah, it looks... We'll have to see. I'm just really looking forward to this because I am interested in the history of knitting.
I am too.
The BBC Country Life said wondrous, and Irish Times said a yarn well told.
That play, dad joke alert.
Oh no, Mail on Sunday, a great yarn illuminating.
Oh no. Are these all dads auditioning for the worst dad joke of all?
So, and this one is not punny. The Guardian says Rudder is a likable guide with a good eye for a story. She gives us material culture combined with social history, memoir, oral testimony, and travel writing.
Very cool.
So I guess while she's writing the history, she might be traveling to the different areas, which is why it has some of the memoir feel of the writing. So there's this one. Then for a slightly different feel.
Did that come in today?
No, I'll show the one that came in today. This one, No Idle Hands, The Social History of American Knitting.
Nice. This
one just looks like a nice book. Mid-century knitters, the gentleman of the natty 90s. So I'm guessing 1890s. Knitting circle. Oh my gosh, what is that? Red Cross knitting. I'm not sure what they're wearing.
Looks like some kind of a hooded... It almost looks like something you wear under a knight's...
I wonder if they made stuff like that for the soldiers. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe they were real... You know,
because look at it. It looks like what you would put under the helmet.
Yeah, no, you're right. It might be. Betsy Ross yarn. Uncle Sam wants you to knit.
Oh, for the war, yeah.
This just looks like it'll be interesting. This is American in particular. So, it goes through all the different... So there's the 40s. Wait. Oh, say can you knit for Sammy.
World War II.
You're knitting for the gray, knitting for the blue. Mm-hmm. So that's Civil War. Knitting in the circle of domesticity. The old method, so colonial knitters. Actually, no, colonial knitters would be the new ones. That would have been English. Knitters would be the old method.
Unless you're talking about old knitters in America.
True. Well, from what I get...
It says American Knitting Book.
Yeah, but they might be saying this is the way we used to knit, and then when we came over, it would be colonial. And okay, so it looks interesting there. When these hundreds of knitters attacked the "why do you think more women than men knit" question, most respond in this vein: girls less fidgety, sit quietly longer, perform small motor tasks like knitting earlier than boys, whose inner energy drives them to gross motor skill activity. That's elementary school teacher. Maybe we women knit more because we are involved in more intimate social interacting, and the tradition of keeping hands busy while talking stuck with us. Men are too restless to sit still. They're afraid of being called sissies. In this part of the country, Wheeling, West Virginia, boys play football. They do not knit. They can't tell their right hands from their left unless they are holding a screwdriver. In agricultural societies, men did the field work and were busy with animals and couldn't take knitting along because it would get dirty, while women did housework and had access to running water during free moments between cooking and farm chores. The funny thing is, I heard of shepherds who would knit while watching the sheep.
Yep. But they're stationary. They're not going anywhere.
That's true. And it might be spinning I was actually thinking of. Women can knit while they nurse babies. I did it all the time. That sounds awkward. Men are more comfortable in their workshops. They don't really think much about clothes. We women are more open with our knowledge and share our pleasures more. I don't know why they don't, but I like it that way. My husband would drive me nutty asking me questions all the time. There's only a couple more. The only knitting man I ever knew was my 34-year-old son, who has knitted ties and a sweater, but he is in the Navy, so doesn't brag about it. And then octogenarian Nellie Dice of Denver, Indiana summed it up. I think men do not generally knit because traditionally it is still as much women's work as it was in my grandmother's day. And they go on the other, but that just, once I saw the list, I'm like, once I saw the list, I was like, okay, this is just hilarious. I need to go through. And that's in the introduction. It's got a really nice, picture on the cover. I actually don't know what the inside. Oh, see, it's just plain. I'll have to keep this this dust cover nice. Now, the last one I want to show, even when I flipped through, I even marked a page because it made me smile. This is the one that came in today. Irish Erin, History, Tradition, Fashion.
Nice.
And it goes through things like what the stitches mean, like the different, this meant this house, or if this means...
Well, kind of like what the tartans meant for the Scots.
Yeah, so it had like, this means riches, or this means... I can't find it. Okay, so cable, this one means luck, this one means wealth, this one means family, this one means health, this one means work, success, love, nature, God. So this Trinity stitch means God. But the part that I marked was actually, it's chapter 8, that bit of Irish in everyone. And it references the Quiet Man. And they're talking about how they sourced knitters to make like the sweaters and stuff from the Irish knitters. So you remember this guy and his sweater. He was one of the ones who was saying,
Yeah, I remember.
Burn down your...
Yeah, you've known it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
That one fine stone we land on your fine house.
Yes. But yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, oh, I need to show this.
I love Quiet Man.
And they're talking about how many of them were actually Irish or Irish descent.
Maureen O'Hara.
Even John Wayne had a grandfather from Antrim?
Antrim?
Maybe, yeah. So even he had Irish background. And Maureen O'Hara had left her Dublin home for Hollywood in her late teens. So yeah, I was only flipping through and I saw that. I'm like, okay, well, let me mark that and show that. But this one, so they all have slightly different flavors to it. You have the one that's based in Britain, which is memoir, travel, knitted history. It's a little bit more, loose, and it feels like it's something that you could read, relax, like just sort of like, oh, I need a mindless sort of quick read. The No Idle Hands feels like an intense history, like, and then this one, but it feels like it's a social history as much as it's a knitting history. This one very much is a knitted history, it feels like, because it's going into the details of like, this is what the certain cables mean. So they're all slightly different in different areas. Look at the back. The Irish don't just write poetry, they knit it. That's fun.
I love the Irish.
Irish Erin explores the history, the stories, the patterns, the fashions, and the unique legacy of Ireland's famous knitwear. I feel like I should say this in an Irish accent, but I can't do it. From the wild Erin, I can hear in my head like someone like Micheline.
Micheline,
yeah. From the wild Aran Islands of the west coast of Ireland to the catwalks of Paris and Milan and the distant shores of America and Japan, Erin mirrors so much of what it is to be Irish. O'Brien Irish Heritage. I guess that's the one who releases the book. So these three, I'll try to make like maybe a series of videos that will go between BookTube and this as extra here, or maybe I'll just refer people to the BookTube. I don't know. I feel like I kind of want to share what I'm doing with this by itself because these are knitted and it'll be like even I want to do these by themselves on BookTube just because they're themed together. So I'm excited about these. I'm not sure which one I'll start. I'll probably start with the memoir one first. But yeah, this gives me a nice view of different areas because I wanted something like the American one. No, I couldn't find anything quite exactly like the American one for British or Irish. Between the British and the Irish one, I get close to what the American one does. So that's it for me.
Okay, so that's good because I think we're running fairly much
Yeah,
over.
we are.
Because when she starts talking about books, we do.
Although I didn't go as much as I could have because that's why I have a book too.
It'll do. It'll do.
It'll do, Pig?
It'll do, Pig. Yes, it is a reference.
To Babe.
We should have let him have 5 seconds.
Probably.
Okay. So we did our royalties. Let's see here. Okay, we don't have a Patreon until the end of the month, so we're
No, we
good with
don't.
that.
And as far as we know, there's no reason to change that yet.
Yeah, we have thank yous for those who commented on either YouTube or the threads. And if I don't say something, it's because I didn't see you, all right? So I want to thank Kara and Looney Hiker and Meditative Crafter and Wendy. And I know who you are. Did not comment on this one, but she commented on a previous one. I didn't have a chance to thank her because I think it was recent, so we're going to thank her as well. She commented over at PHN.
And I know that thank you to Jess and to I know who you are, who let me know that the first time I posted the video last week, it didn't have sound. So I created the MP4 again, and then it had sound. Or no, it didn't have picture. The picture wouldn't move. It just had sound.
Yeah.
So thank you for letting me know, so I can fix that.
Much appreciated. We have a great group of people in
Yes,
our
we
group.
do.
So yeah, so that's all we really have for today. We hope that you enjoyed visiting us here in the PHN for the Fun in the Woman Cave. We hope to see you here again next week. In the meantime, we wish you a wonderful, blessed week full of knitting, crocheting, paper crafts, whatever it is that makes your heart happy. And we hope to see you here next week. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode, I believe, 570. And that's a wrap.
Bye.